Welcome to our latest highlights video, a crunch game for the twos as we move towards the end of the season. Welcoming Barnes Green, who have had a difficult year, but the twos know the job that they have in front of them. 30 points, nothing less really will do for them today. Barnes Green won the toss and elected to have a bat. So this slightly off-camera angle, which we will correct soon, does show you just how dry and hard the Manor has got. Good batting conditions really, and Barnes Green making the most of this, starting off at quite the rate. Over 8.5, nearly 9 in the 4 or 5 overs at the start of their innings. And indeed, 50 up in the 6th over. Rees coming up from the pavilion. Thompson and Cockley coming out fighting, hitting the ball pretty hard. So if the seam openers can't get a breakthrough, let's see what spin can do. And I have to say, in the short term, Dominic Kay coming down from the Broadwater end, receiving fairly similar treatment. But Skipper Graham coming up the hill. 1 ball, 1 wicket. So spin can work from one end, maybe it will from the other. Still not quite yet though. Cockley smashing away, 31 off 21 balls. Barnes Green 74 for 1 in the 9th. So back to Rees, back to the boundary. Most frustrating for Worthing. But then Cockley, who had set off so well. Hennock, who comes in to replace him, dismissed the same way, but much swifter. So Barnes Green slipping down to 84 for 3. Barker and Harris out there now giving it a go. Run rate dropped slightly, but still very strong. And yes, a fast, absolutely rock solid outfield at the Manor after it has been well and truly baked during this summer. Joe Clapp joining in from the pavilion end to see Barnes Green 100 to come up. So again, after 3 wickets in pretty quick succession, Worthing were kept fairly quiet until the run out in the 15th over, which saw the 4th wicket fall. However, the style of play through the team not really changing. They will have a smack at pretty much anything, and with reasonable success really. Still rattling through the runs. If they could keep this up for 40 overs, they would set a pretty serious target. Dominic Kay's spin from the Broadwater end though, claiming its third victim of the day. And the fifth wicket for Barnes Green goes down. So as Worthing are well and truly into the tail, they will be looking to speed this game up a bit, and Jack Westlake and Rene combine to see if that can happen. 143 for 6, 23rd over. Gibbs dragging that one across the line, but only as far as Johnny Bond off Graham's bowling, Graham's second wicket of the day. Then Jack Westlake back on, steaming down the hill. 8th wicket down, 27th over. Worthing definitely looking to get this wrapped up as quick as they can. More stubborn resistance from Barnes Green though. Before Rees, switching to the Broadwater end, takes the 10th wicket. Doing very well to bat through 35 of the overs, losing wickets in little clusters. So Worthing, whilst probably a little frustrated that the total reached what it did, they will feel optimistic about being able to chase that down with some pretty strong batting to come. So 36, 39, 37, all useful scores. Wickets shed around, but spin the order of the day, it seems. 6 wickets between Don Kay and Graham. So the expected normal opening pair of Rene and Tommy reunited in the twos, and Rene off to his usual start. Big shots, big runs, that's what Rene looks for each game here. Strike rate well over 200, 21 off 10. Obviously that means Worthing's run rate is more than where it needs to be. But in the 4th over, Rene playing at a ball which is adjudged to have gone through to the keeper, and he returns, but Worthing with a quick start. Tommy Simpson, the other opener, still at the crease, and Thomas Mohan, who we've saw some good runs already this year. So the 50 up in good time. But Thomas not getting hold of that one, and Barker ecstatic in the field to take that catch, it seems. So we see Gav's familiar yellow lid out in the middle, getting a move on quickly, sending the ball to the boundary, and let's not forget that Tommy's still out there. Plenty of overs to score. Then Gav looking to send that one down to the leg side, miscuing slightly and sends it over to the off where he is caught. So short but sweet innings for Gav, 9 off 16. So Tommy and Toby batting. Hundred up for Worthing. Second 50 a little slower than the first, but with those 3 wickets falling, understandably so. Tommy though seems to be having a decent day out there. Seeing the ball well. And indeed another 50 for this season for Tommy, which helps see him in near the top of the club's batting table for this season, scoring plenty of runs in the 2s and the 1s. And Toby, unfortunately, whose last innings was a strong 30-odd, looked like he could be doing something similar today at least, but chipping one up to park, caught and bowled, 14 off 22. Then the 5th wicket is a big one for Barnes Green. The second opener, Tommy, who'd remained out there for over half the innings, putting on 59, chips one up. Again, another catch taken, which led to the slightly unusual sight, Johnny Bond batting in a sun hat. Whilst that might be slightly unusual, it certainly didn't seem to be causing him any problems, as he came out and started striking the ball very nicely, scoring at good speed, pushing Worthing very much closer to that target and those 30 points. Amazing over for Johnny there, 18 runs off that, so pretty much 10% of the runs that Worthing needed in their entire chase knocked off in 5 balls to put them in a very strong position. And Joseph, who'd been partnering well, not seeing the line fully of that ball, and is bowled for a nicely made 11 off 18. So it's just left for Skipper Graham to come out and watch Johnny, who was a set bat, score the final few runs. At least that's what convention may have suggested, but Graham appeared to have other ideas and decided that he would come out and knock most of those runs off himself. 13 off 10. A lovely powerful cut shot there, giving Graham 16 off that over and pushing Worthing right up to where they need to be. And Johnny able to finish it off in Worthing's favour. So Tommy starting the batting well with his 59. Contributions as needed sort of the way through till Johnny and Graham came in and finished it up. Barnes Green taking the 6 wickets there, so putting some pressure on Worthing, but pleased to see that with 9 overs to spare, Worthing take the win by 4 wickets. and indeed put those points in the bag. Next week it's another big game at the Manor, with the Ones entertaining Buxted Park, where they will be looking in a similar way as the Twos did this week to be picking up those 30 points. We do hope that you will enjoy watching that with us if you can't get down to the Manor yourself. Thanks for watching.